Hello, welcome everyone. Today we are doing Venn diagrams. Well, before that, I am starting GCSE classes for those who have cleared their year 10 exams. Now they are promoted to year 11. So definitely we can now proceed for GCSE preparation, and I would suggest always start with as early as possible. If you haven't started, June is the best time to start. So I am starting the batch classes, and these are designed specifically whether it's for foundation tier or higher tier or for any board. The classes are specially designed so that by February or March we will complete the complete syllabus, and then we'll be doing the past paper questions and the complete revision. And definitely it will going to upgrade your grade. If you maybe your predicted grade is 5, so definitely you will be able to score 7 or 8, and if you are at 7, definitely you will get 9. So these classes are definitely to upgrade you. Okay, even if you are, I know many students who were at grade 4 and at the finals they actually scored 7 or 8, like till 8, which was very surprising for me. And that's why I have designed everything accordingly. The worksheets, the exam pattern, questions, and everything's definitely gonna help you. And classes are at very affordable rates. For batch classes, they are very small batch classes which are just at £6 per hour, and only 4 students or 3, 4, 5 students you will see in those batch classes. And for one-on-one, it's £9 per hour, which is honestly a very affordable price. So let me start with this one. Today, as I told you, we are doing Venn diagram questions. So Venn diagram can be easily understood by question directly rather than a background theory. The one that is in your syllabus, directly question will help you to understand it. So let me write the question. See this question. This question will give you a basic understanding of Venn diagram. What does this mean? In this question, there are certain children that took participation in a survey. Okay, and they are then categorized into group A and group B. So that's given, like how many students are categorized in group A, B, and even they are categorized in both the groups as well. They can be the member of both the groups as well. So accordingly, now let me solve the question. Total number of students in a survey. The total number of students in a survey, or the total number of participants, or in any question, if they are asking over in all total, that means they are talking about everything that's inside the circle as well outside the circles, which is inside the box they are talking about. This whole rectangle, that's the main aim. This gives us the total value. So what total are 7 plus 5 plus 3 plus 2? That will give you the total value. So 7 plus 5 plus 3 plus 2 will give you 17. So there were total 17 students that took part in survey. Now number of students in group A only. A, that means A represents this circle. This whole complete circle represents A. But there is important thing. If they are asking how many number of students are there in group A only, like this question, number of students in group A, these are 2 plus 3, that is 5. Keep that in mind in group A. But this thing that the 3, because it's the intersection of two circles, 3 is lying in the intersection of two circles, which you can clearly see here. Actually, out of 5, 3 students are the part of other group as well. Wherever they intersect, it means that they are sharing both. So if 3 number of students are at the intersection of A and B, that means 3 students are the part of both groups. So though total group students in group A are 5, but 3 of them are the part of part B as well, of group B as well. So if they are asking number of students in group A are 5, but if the question is different, that means if they are asking number of students in group A only, they are not the participant of group B, they are not the part of group B. Only we are looking for those that are only in group A. They have nothing to do with group B. So obviously they will not lie in the intersection. They will lie here outside this intersection part. So the number of students that are lying outside the intersection part are 2. That means number of students in group A only is 2. Similarly, number of students in group B only. In B total there are 5 plus C. you have to draw a circle so that you get a better idea. So what you can see inside the circle, it's 3 and 5. So number of students in group B is 3 plus 5, which is 8. So 8 number of students are in group B. But if they are asking the number of students only in group B, that means only this one, because this intersection, the 3 number of students are the part of group A as well. So only 5 are the number of students that are the part of only B, group B. So answer would be 5. Number of students in both groups, that means where they are intersecting, they belongs to both. So intersection is this, the number written in the intersection is this, that is 3. So this is our Venn diagram. So Venn diagram is already given to us. There are two types of questions in Venn diagram that you can see. When Venn diagram is already given to us and you are calculating the question answer accordingly. Second is where you have to fill it from the given data. Now in that also there are two types. That means in some questions they will give you nothing at all, nothing filled in the Venn diagram. From the question you have to fill an answer, and subcategory of it is half filled. Few data is already feeded on the Venn diagram and some of the data is given in the question. So like you have to get the help from both and then complete the Venn diagram and solve the question. So over and all, the main two categories are where Venn diagram is completely given and you have to answer it, and second is where you have to fill the Venn diagram as well. So we'll do some questions on where we have to answer when the Venn diagram is already given, and where we have to fill Venn diagram, at least our basics should be clear. So we'll do 2 or 3 more questions and then we'll move on to that second category. Now see this question number 2. All the data is already filled in this Venn diagram. We just need to answer each of that. So there are 3 games A, B and C. A student can play no game, 1 game or more than 1 games. They have all the choices. A Venn diagram is given above. Then answer the following questions. How many students played all 3? All 3, that means why we draw a Venn diagram? To get a better clarity. If all 3 we are looking for, that means where the all 3 circles are meeting at one point, that will give you the intersection. That means it is common for all 3. It can be interpreted as all the students that play all the 3 games will be find where all the circles are intersecting, and that's the only reason where all they are intersecting clearly. This is the only place where all the 3 circles are intersecting. It gives us answer where the value or the number of students that played all the 3 games, which is 2 in this case. How many students have played A, B but not C? That means we are looking for intersection of A and B, but C shouldn't be there at all because not C, so there's no interference of C's included here, only A and B intersection. So this is A and B, they are intersecting. This is clearly A and B are intersecting here. But as I go down this part, this is a region of C. And we don't want any interruption from C. So this part should be included completely. So what's remaining? Only remaining this one. Let me show you. We are looking for intersection. Intersection of A and B will be this one. Clearly this one, this hole that I'm making with blue, this is intersection of A and B. But number 2 is a part of C as well. That means this is part of C as well. So just eliminate. So what's remaining now? Just 4. So 4 number of students are there that play A and B but not C. How many students played C and B but not A? It's exactly like that. We are looking for the intersection of C and B but no interruption of A. So C and B, that means where C and B are intersecting? Clearly this one, because circle C and B are intersecting at this point. But there's no interruption of A. So no interruption of A like this. We don't want this one at all, because it's a part of A. So what's remaining now? Just 1 remaining. There is only 1 student who played C and B but not A. How many students played no games? No games, that means they are not in a circle at all. They are just outside that circle, and 5 is outside the circle. That means 5 is the number of students, 5 are the number of students that played no games. How many students played C and A but not B? So it's similarly, that means we are looking for intersection of C and A but not B. So C and A is this one with the blue that I'm highlighting. This is with C and A but not B. That means this part is an interaction of B, and we don't want that. So what's remaining now? Just 3. So 3 number of students. How many students played only A? Only A, that means no interruption of B, no interruption of C. We don't want that. This is a complete interruption of B, this is interruption of C, this is interruption of C. So in this circle of A, only 22 is the part which is pure. No B and C is included in that. So that part represents, which is free from B and C, represents the number of students that played only A, which is 22. So let me fill 22 here. The next is how many students played B and played C. So obviously this is the only part of B which is not included by, or which is not intruded by any other circle. So that's 24 is played by, the number of students are 24 that played only B, and 50 are the number of students that played only C. So for B I would say 24, and for C I would say 50. And this is how we can fill, or we can answer a Venn diagram questions from a Venn diagram. We can answer the questions if the diagram is already, as I described at the beginning of this chapter, that you will be finding the types of questions. One, where they will give you everything in the Venn diagram and you have to deduce your answer. Second is they will give you the information and you are supposed to write it down on Venn diagram. So second is the construction of a Venn diagram. In a survey of 120 students, it was found that, now we get to know that total are 120. That means this whole rectangle, whatever I'm gonna fill, whether here, 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 here or here, they all add up to 120, because this is the total number of students that took part in a survey. 90. Let me make, this is for P. This circle represents P, that's for pizza. This represents burger and this represents taco. So I have used their initials. 90 students like pizza. That means this whole circle, 90 students, this whole circle, in this I have to fill 90. But I don't know what I have to fill here, here, here. So leave it as of now. 80 students like burger. That means 80 are the students that like this whole circle. And 70 students like taco. That means this whole. If they say 90 students like only pizza, that means no interruption of taco and burger. So I will immediately fill 90 up here. But here 90 like pizza, that means there are total number of students that like pizza. Of like total 90 students that like pizza. It means out of those 90, maybe some are who like burger as well, who like tacos as well. So now let me start with the intersection of all three. Always, if you have the information of intersection of all three, always try to start from that. It says 20 students like all the three types of food. That means I have to fill 20 here. This smaller portion where all the B, P and T, that is pizza, burger and tacos are meeting. 30 students like both pizza and taco. Pizza and taco, that means this intersection they are talking about. This whole is 30 because they both like pizza and taco. And we have filled 20 already here in this whole part. 20 we already filled. That means the remaining is I have to fill 10 here. Then 40 students like both burgers and tacos. That means this burger and taco, as I told you, always try to start with the intersection of all three, then move on to intersection of 2 and then 1. This is how you can fill any Venn diagram. This is a short trick to understand it. So burger and tacos are liked by 40 students. That means this whole is 40. 20 I have already filled, so that means remaining would be 20, because in whole of that 40 should be there. Since 20 is already filled in the intersection of all three, remaining is 40 minus 20 that I have to fill. That is 20. Now 50 students like both pizza and burger. So that means this is pizza and burger are liked by 50 students. 20 we have already filled. So I have to fill 30 here, because add up will give me 50. Now 70 students like taco. This whole is 70. This whole circle should be 70. So 10, 20, 20, that is 50 is already there. So 70 minus 50 is 20. So like 20 would be here. Then for for burger, 80 students like burgers. So this whole circle should be 80. We have already filled 30 plus 20 plus 20. That is 70. So it should be 10 then. 80 minus 70 is 10. This whole is 90. And we have already filled 30, 20, 10. So 90 minus 60. 30, 20 plus 10 is 60. So 90 minus 60 is 30. So 30 I will fill here. Now we are not done here, because we have to see that are there any students who like nothing at all, because nothing is mentioned here that they like it. That's compulsion. Let me add it and see, so that we can fill the remaining would be somewhere here outside the circles. So 30 plus 30 60 plus 10 70 plus 20 90 110 120 140. There are 140 students, those like either pizza, burger, tacos. But in survey there were 150 students that took participation. That means 10 are the number of students that like nothing at all, which means 150 minus 140 is 10. So 10 are the number of students that I have to fill outside the circles. Moving on to the next question. I told you will find some questions in which some data is given in the question, some data will be given in the Venn diagram, and then you have to answer. We have to see in a survey 140 people. It was found that there was 140 people in a survey. So that means this rectangle 140 people will be there. It was found 70 people like apple. That means this whole circle is 70. 70 people like mangoes. That means this whole circle is 70. 40 people like both banana and apples. Both banana and apples, this is 40. And 10 people like all three foods. And as I told you, always start from, if it's given all three, so always start from that. Then from 2 and then to 1. 10 people like all of it. So I'll fill 10. Now moving on to the intersection of 2. 40 people like both banana and apples. That means this whole apple and banana. If 40 people are there, both apple and banana, and 10 we have already filled, that means here we have to fill 30. Then 70 people like mango. This whole is a mango. In 20, 10 and 30 we have already written. So remaining is just 10 here. 70 people like apple. That means this whole should be apple. 20 plus 10 plus 30, 60 already filled. 10. 70 minus 60, 10. And we have completed the circles. Now I have to see whether I have to write something outside the circles or not. So let me add it. 10 plus 20, 30 plus 10, 40 plus 30, 70 plus 10, 80 plus 30, 210 plus 20, 110 plus 20, 130. And there are 140 people took participation. That means 10 will be written outside. And we have completed this Venn diagram. It says how many students don't like any of the three food. This is any of that, means outside they don't like even a single one. So answer is going to be 10. So this was basically, in this it was a very short video to describe you, to clear you the basics of Venn diagram. And then you can go a deep dive into the harder questions of Venn diagram in the next video, where I'll be discussing the worksheets. Now there's an announcement about the worksheets, that free worksheets you can access. If you want to know the model paper, if you want to purchase it, that's also available and at very affordable cost, to be honest. And if you want a custom sheets as per your requirement, you can email us or you can sign up to our website and can feed the details, and we'll work accordingly. And we'll call, and my team will call you and will coordinate accordingly. And for the classes, we have already started the classes from year 1 to year 13 at very affordable rates, starting at just £5 per hour for one-on-one. And so yeah, that's it for today. Thank you. Have a great day.